Day 20. It starts on hole 1. I'm feeling good today.
Can Danny complete the challenge with 7 holes in 1? His putt here rolling down on a good line. Dropped in for a hole in 1 to start. On to hole 2. His putt here got a bounce off the wall. Dropped in the center. Back-to-back holes in 1 to start. On to hole 3 for 3 holes in 1 in a row to start the round. Dropped in again. A perfect start for Danny. On to hole 4. Playing the double bounce here. His putt dropped in the center. 4 holes in 1. On to hole 5. Can he keep it going here? His putt dropped in on the final roll. Wow. On to hole 6. The tire hole. Danny's putt here. Got a bounce off the left wall, off the back. Dropped in. 6 holes in 1 in a row. On to hole 7. Rolled onto the ramp. Got a bounce off the side. Dropped in. 7 holes in 1 in a row. On to hole 8. This hole is all luck. Can he do it again here? Needs a good rollout through the cones. His putt rolling down. Has a chance here. Kick towards the hole. Dropped in again. 8 in a row. On to hole 9. Hole in 1 for a perfect front 9. Danny's putt missed to the left. Got a bounce. Dropped in. 9 holes in 1 in a row. A perfect front 9. On to the back 9. Danny's putt dropped in again. Can he continue this perfect round? On to hole 11. Made it in the tire. Needs a good rollout. Got it to go. 11 in a row. On to hole 12. Rolled it down the center line. Can he find it here? Needs a good rollout. His putt dropped out and dropped in with some speed. 12 in a row. On to hole 13. Danny's putt here. Got a bounce. Got another. Dropped in again. A perfect round of mini golf going here. 5 holes to play. Danny's putt barely made it in the center. Can he find it for a hole in 1? Dropped out. It stayed in. 14 in a row. On to hole 15. Danny's putt here. Dropped in for a hole in 1. Unbelievable. On to hole 16. 3 holes to play. Made it in. Missed the hole, but got a bounce and lipped in for a hole in 1. On to hole 17, the dinosaur hole. Just missed the left foot. It dropped in again. Wow, it all comes down to hole 18 for a perfect round of mini golf. Danny's putt here. Rolling down. Lipped in for a hole in 1. Wow, what a round from Danny. That's going to be tough to beat.
Day 20. It's going to be impossible to beat Danny today, but we can try to tie him. It's going to be tough.
My first putt here after watching Danny play a perfect round rolling down. Dropped in for a hole in 1 to start. Wow, on to hole 2. My putt got a bounce off the wall. Dropped in for a hole in 1. Playing the same round as Danny right now. My putt here on hole 3. Fell off the ramp. Lipped in for a hole in 1. On to hole 4. Calling today the day for me. My putt dropped in again. 4 in a row. We can't beat Danny today, but we can try to tie him, and rolled it in. 5 in a row. On to hole 6, the tire hole. My putt rolled around, got a bounce off the left, off the back, and dropped in for a hole in 1. On to hole 7. My putt here got a weird bounce onto the ramp. Got it to go with some speed. On to hole 8. Can we do it again? My putt made it to the top. Rolling over. Need a good rollout here. Rolling down through the cones. Can I find it? Drop down the center. And dropped in for a hole in 1 again. On to hole 9 for a perfect front 9. Rolling down just right of the line. Breaking back. Does it have enough speed? Needs to go. Dropped in again. A perfect front 9 for me as well. On to the back 9. 9 holes to play. My putt got a bounce. Dropped in to start the back 9. On to hole 11. Can I make it in the tire? Made it in. Need a good rollout. Rolled out. Dropped in again for a hole-in-one. On to hole 12. 7 holes to play. Can we finish strong here for a perfect round of mini golf? My putt dropped out and dropped in the center. On to hole 13, the slide hole. Have to have 2 perfect bounces here. My putt rolled it in with some speed. Up to 13 holes in one. On to hole 14, 5 holes to play. Made it in the center. Can I get a good rollout here? Dropped out and dropped in the center. Wow. 4 holes to play. On to hole 15. My putt on a good line. Bounced out but stayed in for a hole-in-one. On to hole 16. My putt here. Can I find the center for a chance at a hole-in-one? Dropped in. Got it to go. A perfect rollout. On to hole 17. My putt here. Made it through the dinosaur out to the right. Breaking back. Dropped in on the final roll. Wow, on to hole 18 for a perfect round of mini golf. And to tie, Danny just missed the wall. Breaking back. Got it to go. What a round. Wow. All tied. Now time for an interview.
What a round that was. That obviously was a hole-in-one challenge to see how many attempts it takes to make a hole-in-one on every hole. And that video will be out next, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching.
How many attempts did it take to make a hole-in-one on every hole? Danny's putt here fell off the ramp, rolling down left of it. Not going to find it on his first attempt. Comment your prediction in the comments. Let us know what you think right now. Danny's putt got it to go on his second putt. A good start for Danny. My first putt to take the lead after the first hole. Rolling down on a good line. Just missed to the left. Now my 9th putt. Started to struggle here. Just missed the wall. Rolling down on a good line. Stayed just short. 12th putt here for me. Rolling down on a good line. Dropped in for a hole-in-one. Danny with a 10-putt lead. On to hole 2. Danny's first putt here. Got a bounce. Dropped in. Up to 3 total putts. Putting the pressure on me. My 4th putt here. Got a bounce. Right over the edge. Now my 15th putt. Can I find it? Stopped on the edge. 20th putt here on the way. Got a bounce. Rolled it in up to 32 putts. On to hole 3. Danny in the lead early. His putt here. First attempt for 4 putts after 3 holes. Stopped just short. Now his 4th putt. Rolled around the center. Missed to the right. 6th putt here for Danny to still keep the lead. Rolled off the ramp. Missed to the right again. Oh no. Now on to his 8th putt. Can he find it here? Dropped off closer to the center and lipped in for a hole-in-one up to 11. My putt here. First attempt to be down by 22. Missed to the right. Now my 2nd putt here. Needs to make it around. Hit the center wall and kick to the right. 3rd putt. Rolled off the ramp. Dropped in with some speed. Danny a 24-shot lead. On to hole 4. My putt here. Got a bounce. Got another. Missed it for a hole-in-one. How many attempts is it going to take to make a hole-in-one on every hole? My 4th putt missed again. 11th putt here for me. Playing the double bounce. Dropped in up to 46 total putts. Danny, his putt here on his 4th attempt. Missed to the right. Now his 18th putt. Started to take a while here. Right over the edge. Trying a new line here on his 19th putt. Rolling down, has a chance. Just missed for a hole-in-one. Now his 21st putt. Can he find it? Got a bounce. Off the hole and stayed out. 28th putt here for Danny. On a good line. Missed it again. Oh no. 31st putt here. to keep a 4-putt lead. Rolled it in up to 42 attempts. On to hole 5. Who's going to take less attempts to make a hole-in-one on every hole? My first one rolled over. Second putt here, dropped in up to 48 total putts. Danny, his first putt on the way. Pushed it to the right. Can he keep the lead here? Second putt, missed on the same line. Third putt now for Danny. Dropped in up to 45. On to hole 6, the tire hole. You are not going to want to miss this one. My putt. Third attempt here. Stayed behind the hole, had the line. 21st putt now for me. On a good line, but needs to go and stayed short. Now my 29th putt. Got to bounce off the left, off the back. Dropped in up to 77 total putts. Danny, his third putt. Rolled around the tire to take a big lead here on a good line. Just missed to the right. He's going to want that one back. Now his 35th putt. Got to bounce right over the front of the hole. 67th putt here for Danny. Got to bounce off the back of the hole and stayed out. 128th putt now for Danny. This hole took an hour and 15 minutes for Danny to complete. His 195th putt. Got to bounce off the left, rolling towards the hole. Stayed right by it. 207th putt for Danny. Got to bounce off the back, bounced over the hole. 223rd. This one has to go. Right over the hole, bounce back. Just missed to the left. 226th putt. Got to bounce off the left, off the back, tracking. Stayed right behind it. The putt right after, 227th putt. Got to bounce. Whipped out for a hole-in-one. He can't believe it. 239th putt. Rolling down on a good line. Whipped out for a hole-in-one. Wow. Danny was feeling the pressure here. Felt like he was never going to make it. 245th putt. Missed it again. Wow. Now his 253rd putt. Can he find it here? Got a bounce. Got another. Dropped in up to 298 total putts. Wow. On to hole 7, seeing how many attempts it takes to make a hole-in-one on every hole. Danny coming off 253 attempts on the last hole. My first putt just missed. Second putt here with some speed. Stayed in up to 79 total putts. Danny, his first putt after that last hole. Can he find it? Off the back of the hole, too much speed. Now his second putt to tie me on this hole. Right over the edge. Danny's 6th putt here. Rolling down with some speed again and lipped out. 8th putt now for Danny. Rolling down the center, hit the side. Dropped in for a hole-in-one up to 306. On to hole 8. My putt here. 4th putt, rolled it up the left side. Rolling down the right side, dropped out. Got a bounce off the back. Stopped on the edge. Wow, that would have been crazy if that would have went in. 7th putt now. Can I find it here? On a good line. Missed on the other side. 11th putt now for me. This hole is all luck. Thought this one would take a little bit longer for me, but dropped in for a hole-in-one on my 11th putt, up to 90 total putts. Danny's first putt here to make up 10 putts, trying to make a comeback, dropped out, just missed for a hole-in-one. Now his 4th putt here, rolled it up the left side. Can he find it? Rolling down the center, now the right side, right over the edge. Wow. Danny's 6th putt here to still beat me on this hole. Can he find it for a hole-in-one? Dropped out, got it, up to 312. On to hole 9, the longest hole on the course. Danny has the tee box back. After beating me on the last hole, his 3rd putt just missed to the left. Now on to his 10th putt here. Rolling down the right side of the line. Trying to break back. but held its line to the right, stopped on the edge. 14th putt here for Danny. Played more speed on this one, missed the hole, bounced back. Dropped in for a hole-in-one, up to 326 putts after the front 9. That 6th hole, where it took him 253, might cost him here. My first putt hit the hole and missed. Second putt here, rolling down. Can I finish the front 9 in under 100 attempts? Missed to the right. 4th putt here, rolling down the right side of the line. Will it find it for a hole-in-one on a good line? Dropped in up to 94 total putts after the front 9 for me. On to the back 9. I have a big lead over Danny, seeing how many attempts it takes to make a hole-in-one on every hole. Can I keep this lead? My 8th putt missed. Now my 16th putt here. Dropped in for a hole-in-one. Up to 110. Danny's first putt. Right over the edge. Wow, now his 14th putt. Started to struggle here. Missed it again. 21st putt for Danny. Stayed right by the hole. Onto his 26th putt. Got a bounce and dropped in up to 352. Onto hole 11. My second putt here. Made it in the tire. Dropped out. Lipped out for a hole-in-one. Now my 16th putt. Just couldn't find the tire for a few putts. Lipped out again. 22nd putt. Made it in. Dropped out. And got it for a hole-in-one up to 132. Danny, his first putt here. Missed it to the left. Now his second putt. Made it in. Can he find it for a hole-in-one? He does, up to 354. On to hole 12. Danny's first putt here after only taking 2 attempts on the last hole. Can he make a comeback? Dropped in for a hole-in-one. Up to 355 total putts. My first putt here. Can I make it on my first try as well? Need a good rollout. Missed it. Now on to my 7th putt. Rolled it down the center line here. Need a good rollout. My putt dropped out. Got it up to 139 total putts after 12. On to hole 13 and seeing how many attempts it takes to make a hole-in-one on every hole. Danny's second putt here. Can he make a comeback on the last 6 holes? Stayed in for a hole-in-one. Up to 357 total putts. My first putt here to beat Danny on this hole. Can I get a good rollout? Rolled out. Rolled through the pins. Now on to my 13th putt here. Made it in this time. Was missing the center a lot. Rolled out, bouncing around, just missed to the left. On to my 19th putt. Made it in. Can I get a good rollout here? Dropped out and stayed in up to 158 total putts. A 199 putt lead over Danny with 5 holes to play. On to hole 14. Danny's 4th putt just missed for a hole-in-one. Now on to his 15th putt. Need 2 perfect bounces here. Just missed there. 20th putt for Danny. Got a bounce. Got another. Stayed in up to 377. Wow. My 8th putt. Can I beat Danny on this hole? On a good line. Stopped right by the hole. 24th putt now for me. Got a bounce. Got another. Just missed on the other side. 29th putt. Danny making a comeback here. Dropped in up to 186 total putts. On to hole 15. Who's going to get the win? Seeing how many attempts it takes to make a hole-in-one on every hole. Danny's first one missed. Second putt here. Right over the edge. On to his 5th putt now. Can he get a good roll? He does, up to 382. My first putt here to beat Danny on this hole. Missed it. Now on to my second. Can I find it here? Missed on the same side. Third putt. Rolled around on a good line. Almost bounced out, but stayed in up to 189 total putts. On to hole 16. 3 holes to play. Who's going to get a hole-in-one on every hole in less attempts? My first putt here, missed it. I'm in the lead by 193 total putts right now. 73rd putt rolled over the hole. I was struggling here. Now my 98th putt, trying to keep it under 100. Made it in, dropped down and stayed in. Up to 287 total putts. Danny now within 100. His putt here, made it in on his first. Off the hole and stayed out. Wow, he can't believe it. 7th putt, lipped it in, rolled out and missed to the right. Now his 16th putt here. Can he find it? Made it in, rolled out, got a bounce, lipped in for a hole-in-one up to 398. On to hole 17. Hole 6 costed Danny this one right now. Took him 253 total attempts. Found the foot of the dinosaur there. Now his 3rd putt. Rolling down. Dropped in for a hole-in-one up to 401. My first putt here. Rolling down. Hit the foot of the dinosaur and stayed short. 2nd putt. Can I find it for a hole-in-one? Early putter, raise and miss to the left. 3rd putt here to do the same thing that Danny did on this hole. Dropped in on the final roll. On to hole 18. Danny's first putt here. If it takes me over 110 putts, Danny might have a chance. His 2nd putt, can he get it to fall? Rolling down the right side, breaking back towards the hole. And dropped in for a hole-in-one. My 3rd putt here, trying to win by over 100 putts. Rolling down, just missed to the right. Now my 5th putt here, rolling down the right side, just missed the wall. Breaking back, dropped in for a hole-in-one. Now time for an interview.
Team Steven, let's go. We got the win in the hole-in-one challenge. That took 4 hours to film. Danny's round took 2.5 hours. Mine took about an hour and a half. Danny had the most attempts on a hole with 253. I had 98 on the 16th hole. I was getting worried. Back was getting a little tired, but we made it through and we got the win. As you can see, it's possible to make a hole-in-one on every hole here at Big Putts. We're gonna get back into the hole-in-one challenge now. Who's gonna be the first to make 7 holes-in-one in a round? And when someone completes that challenge, we're gonna get into a new Breaking 30 challenge.